Hello, hello, hello. Is the mic working? Hello. Yes. My people, I am here tonight with every voice and sing till heaven bells ring with the harmony of liberty. So today is Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, and Roberta, you're here. I love you. Thank you. You're here, Roberta. Giving thanks with me, celebrating. Hey, happy birthday, Dr. Martin Luther King. My sister Terry, you are here with me to celebrate a man who has done so much for us. Roberta, it's so good to see you. Thank you. Thank you, Roberta. Yes, yes, Roberta. Tonight we're talking about the man, Dr. Martin Luther King. You see, so much things are happening around us, and we have to be thankful for all that he did for us. And because of him, those of us who are standing tall, we're standing tall on his shoulders. So tonight I just wanted to share because today the kids at my school, they did a program and to honor him. Today is his real birthday. But Monday is the day that America celebrates the birthday. So Monday we're off from school, Terry, and we have no school. So happy birthday to him. And tonight we just want to look back at some of the things that he did. Some of the things we want to look at some of the quotes, some of his famous quotes of peace, um, and some of the things he made that famous speech that it never goes away. It never gets, you never get tired of hearing it. They actually listened to them at school, Terry, and they did something like um, so they were running the video, and then as they ran the video, kids were coming in between, and they wrote things about him, and and it was beautiful. I actually was just there crying because it was a good thing. So we're just here to just talk as we remember some of the things that he did. True, the way they did things was much, much better. You see, today we do the marches and we do all of that, but sometimes we do it with such anger. If we take a page out of his book, we know that when they march. Today, the speech that he gave, he actually did that speech in Washington, and there were thousands and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people there. But there was nothing broken, there was nothing burnt. It was just marching for equality. It was just marching and asking so to just treat us well and for us to be able to vote. And so we see that things happen when we do things in a nonviolent way. So one of the quotes he left with us, he said, um, nonviolence, he said, is a powerful and just weapon, which cuts without wounding and enables the man who wields it. So a lot of times we do things and we're so angry that at the end, whatever we got, Mojo, Joe, Jojo, thank you, Mojo, for joining. Good evening, good evening. Right? So nonviolence is a powerful and just weapon which cuts without wounding and enables the man who wields it. So when we're doing things, the less anger involved, it's the more people will listen. It's the more we're going to get out of it. Um, because when we become angry and bitter, then people walk away. They don't want to hear us. Already they say, as black people, they call us savages. They couldn't understand us. And so when you become angry, it becomes worse. So those are the things that he did. He marched and he encouraged, they were beaten. Dogs were set on them. They hosed them down. They did all sorts of things. But in the end, he was able to keep his peace and he was effective. He got a lot of results because of the way he went about doing things. Today we're marching, but as I said, we march with such anger and such bitterness, and so people don't want to hear what we have to say because it's not. They don't want to listen to the to what's going on. So another thing that he talked about, education was a big thing for him. Today, usually we listen to the speech that he gives that um, never really stop to look fully. We only listen to that part of the speech where he says, I have a dream. And that so many things will change. He has that dream. He didn't live long enough to see many of the dreams come true, but a lot of it did come true. We saw the first black president. We saw people able to vote. We saw a lot of things. Black and white kids are sitting in the same schools learning. We see that we're able to buy homes in certain neighborhoods that didn't happen before. So we see that black and white are using the same bathrooms. We see that a lot of things changed. Um, okay, that's a good one, Terrian. I like that one. So again, he talks about the effects of nonviolence as a powerful tool. And then this is one that Terrian is showing here that as one of his quotes, so we must learn to live together as brothers, or else we're going to die together as fools. So if we are together, then we're taking care of one another. We're encouraging one another. We're looking out for one another. When we start the fighting and the corruption and all of the other things, then what end up happening is that we we kill each other off. We're dying and we don't even know the reason we're dying. So he says whatever affects one directly affects all of us indirectly. Whatever affects one of us directly. So a lot of times we think that, okay, I'm in this place and I'm good. I don't have to worry about the next person. I don't have to worry about Terrian. I'm okay, you know. But understand that if we took care of Terrian, there's something one day that Terrian might be able to help me with that is going to make sense. And so if we support, we network. Good night, Weedy. Oh, Lady V, you're here. Right? Thank you guys for talking about Martin Luther King and his legacy that he left with us. Weedy, welcome. Lady V, thank you for joining. Right? So we shouldn't sit back and feel like, okay, so they're over there fighting because the color of their skin or because of their status. I have nothing to do with that. Don't do that because what affects us is going to eventually affect others indirectly. When all of us can go to school and we can do well, we get to learn about each other and we get to benefit from that because if I understand things about you, then you know what, I don't need to be disrespectful to you. A lot of people, the racial problems that we face because of uneducated behaviors. People don't understand. You cannot hate somebody for something that they can change. Tia Moore, Latoya. Good night, Latoya. Caught the line. Happy birthday indeed. Right? You cannot hate somebody because of the color of their skin. Because you can't change it. We cannot change what we look like. We cannot change it. You can hate me because of I have an accent because I'm from another place. You learn to talk about it, understand it, and so that we can go on together. Right now, I remember when I came to America and I was denied a job because of my accent. And I didn't get angry because in my head I was saying, okay, I have an accent. The lady had a point. She hired me, and a call comes in. I had a switchboard certificate, then I still have my certificate. But I could understand it that the call comes in, and when I would say, John, line one, please, he might hear something differently. So I didn't become angry at all because in my mind I could see where she was coming from. The lady who sent me from the Department of Labor, she didn't see it that way. She said they had no right to reject me because of my accent. But again, we see as times move on. When I came to my school here, my principal was a little because a lot of times you would say to me, I didn't understand a word you said. And I'm looking at him like, isn't it strange that when you're coming to observe me or when you want to bring visitors to my room because my kids are learning, are doing so well, and I'm doing so many hands on activities, and you see the exemplary teacher, but you don't see an accent then. But when it's something else, then all of a sudden you don't understand the word. But I just kept going because you know what? At the end of the day, he gave me a good platform where I was able to do a lot of great things with my students and build. We did math nights, we did dinner and a story, we did so much outreach for parents. So it's just a matter as Martin Luther King says, you don't get angry. You don't get angry. You learn to be patient because when you become angry and you become violent, people stop listening to you. So, um, yeah, exactly, Terry. And a lot of things he wanted for us. We see a lot of it. We still have a long way to go. Still have a long way to go. But we have seen a lot of progress. We have seen a lot of progress. One of the things, as I said, he was big in education. He was very big in education. And so one of the quotes that he left us with, he talks about the function of education is to teach one think, to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that's the goal of true education. So as educators, we're all educators. We're teaching someone, we're teaching children, we're teaching someone, other people. Hey, AG, welcome, welcome. We're teaching. And so the ultimate goal he wants, what he says, when you have intelligence, so you have good character. I like to tell my kids, I want you to carry yourselves with dignity and pride. I don't want you to, the way you speak, the way you carry yourselves, those are the first things that people know about you. When you go out there, nobody knows who the A students are. They don't know who the F students are. All that they see is you. And so I say, carry yourselves with integrity and pride. And so here he's saying intelligence plus character. You have a good character, somebody will listen to you. Somebody will listen to you. But when you have nothing, you go out there, you act like a thug, you act like you're bad. Nobody wants that. They start moving in the next direction. And no matter how bright you are, no matter what you have to offer, nobody wants it because it is, they don't like what they see or hear. So again, he talks about the nonviolence. It's powerful and is a powerful weapon. Nonviolence. When we do things with with peace, then we get more out of it. They always talk about you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. And then he says, "But never succumb to the temptations of bitterness. Bitterness is not a good thing. Whether it's in relationships, whether it's in the workplace, wherever you go, don't become so bitter that you can discuss things with people. You can have a conversation." Because he says you should never succumb to it. Because when you're bitter, you end up hurting people and necessarily you end up saying things that you can't take back. The worst thing is when you say something harsh to somebody and then you cannot take it back. Because once it leaves your mouth, it is gone. You cannot take it back. So he says, never succumb to bitterness. People will say things or do things, but just try to make sure that you reach a point where you can smile or you can say, that was not necessary or I'm disappointed. Have conversations instead of becoming bitter and angry. So some those are some of the quotes that I wanted to share. And I said, as he said, perilous time. We're going through perilous times. We're going through perilous times. Doing a live son, join. We're going through perilous times, but what we should make sure that, as he said, we will overcome. We, huh? Yeah, yeah, like, yeah. Sorry, guys, that was my. I think it ended. No, we're still here. I'm sorry. My son just gone. So, so as you said, we just saw what happened in DC. It was worldwide. It was advertised worldwide. We see innocent people who died, and these were not black people. These were people, just people, regular people, and it was advertised worldwide. And so, yes, perilous times are here, and we're just hoping, you know, that day by day we have been making progress, but we hope that we will overcome one day. Do you think we have taken that doing things peacefully as something worth it? I think it is. It is, Terrian. I think, as I said, when we become angry, if you notice when Black Lives Matter people they go out there, they're burning down places. They're breaking out glass and they're messing up their own communities. So what happens after that? If you look, they've marched, we've made a lot of noise, but we have to think of how else we can do this because we're still seeing the road cops out there still shooting people unarmed. So where's the breakdown? What happened? With all the march, with all the noise, with all the begging, with all the pleading, with all of the things that are going on. But we still see them willing to raise the gun as if it doesn't matter. We just saw something, I think, yesterday or the day before, where the guy had a mental issue and they called for help. And instead of him getting help, he was killed. No weapons, nothing. He was just shot down in his yard in front of his family. So I feel like Dr. Martin Luther King, he attracted so many, black and white together. And if you go back and look at that video when they marched to DC, you see the sea of people that was there. There were thousands of people there. But you didn't see them breaking things. You didn't see them burning down anything. They went, they marched, and they did it peacefully. And as I said, what did we get out of it? Black people were able to vote. Kids now are sitting in the same classroom. Black and white kids are sitting in the same classrooms, right? You're seeing more things. We're sitting on the same plane. We're we are living in places that black people couldn't go before. And so I think that things got done through peaceful marches and peaceful conversations. I think so. Because even at home, if we get angry and frustrated. Who's listening? Yo, my son, Godly Gill. You know, who listens to you when you get angry? Nobody. But if something happens and you sit and say, look, man, we need to talk about this. And we explain that what you did, it hurts me. And I would hope that it doesn't happen again. I feel like you get more out of it. And when you get back to the point where you're speaking to one another in a good way, you don't have to feel embarrassed because there was no ugly word spoken, there was no clothes cut up or no bleach thrown on clothes. You don't have to feel bad and you don't have to replace anything. So I think from even at your personal life, if we do things there in a peaceful manner, it is more worth it than you become angry and frustrated. You throw something on the wall, you break it. Now you break the wall, you break that item, you have to replace it out of anger. And then tomorrow you sleep, you wake up and say, what did I just do? So I think a peaceful marches would get more. Peaceful conversations, you get more out of it. Because when everybody's angry and speaking at the same time, and you're not thinking, the adrenaline is rushing, and you're not thinking or you're not listening to you, and so people get turned off, and they turn you out. So love is the only force to turn an enemy into a friend. Love is the only force, Dr. King says, to turn an enemy into a friend. So again, every time you hear him speak, he's trying to help us understand that, hey, leaky baby, when he speaks, he's trying to make us understand that peace is better than war. Peace is always better than war. All right. Um, and again, as I said, it's not just about dealing with others. It's about dealing from the inside with yourself, your families, your friends, and moving it to the outside. So a lot of times things happen and we say some things and we live to regret the words, but we cannot change them. And how does it feel or how does it look when you degrade somebody, you put them down, you make them feel so bad. And then tomorrow you want to tell them, oh, I'm so sorry. And yes, you're sorry, but guess what? The words that you spoke didn't go anywhere. They're still there. So let us take a page out of his book. Not even a whole page, just let's take a little bit out of his life and out of his stories and his work. And let us use that to help us as we move forward. He says life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are we doing for others? Not for yourself, but what are we doing for others? How are we supporting one another? How are we encouraging one another? As I said in other videos, I said our needs are so different. I might need a glass of water. Somebody might need a dress. But what are we doing for one another? How are we? What are we doing to help others? So that's something to think about because sometimes we look and we say, well, look, I know they need this, but I only have my last $10. I can't take it. And we notice that the more we hold on to things, it's the less it multiplies. It doesn't build. You hold on to it and it sits there. While if you reach out and you support someone and you give someone, you'd be surprised to know. Grayson, thank you, son. Right? You'd be surprised to know how, first of all, it makes you feel good inside. And secondly, you make somebody feel better, you change their lives in some form or shape. Sometimes that one little good, that one little word of kindness, that one little word of, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. I will be here for you. Those little things that go a long way because they give hope, they give encouragement. And so, as King says, let us not live for ourselves, but let us make sure that we encourage everyone because everyone can be great. Everyone can serve in some shape or the other. Everybody doesn't have to be a teacher. Some people can be just the person standing in the room to support, just the person who cleans the floors. Right now, we're going through all of this pandemic and so much we have to get done. We have to make sure that every time the kids leave the classroom, you have to hurry to wipe the tables down, wipe the chairs down to encourage to get it ready for the next kids coming in. Beverly, one love, right? Every time they move, you have to make sure that these things, Valerie, good to see you. Thank you. So we have a lot to do and we have to make sure these things get done. But everyone can be great because we can all serve. So let's not overlook. Today we had a joke, and I see my one of my teachers here with me when we work together, and Val, the thing that she shared about the student who didn't know who the science teacher was. The kid got every question right on the work that he was given, but he didn't know who the science teacher was. And so we have to understand that everybody is important in the mix of it. Sometimes we pass the custodians and we feel like, I don't need to say good morning. No, say good morning to them. Make sure you say good morning to them. When I go into a building, I make sure I know these people. I know them because when I need a table to be moved or I need something done, I know that if you are cordial to them, they'll be willing to help you when you need them. Sometimes you'll see teachers say, oh, I've called him so many times and he never comes. And I don't say a word, I just keep my mouth closed. Because, you have to reach out and make sure that everyone, you know, is great in the capacity where he or she is. So, as we talk about Martin Luther King, let us remember that he sacrificed so much. He didn't think of self, he didn't think of anything. He just wanted what was good, what was wholesome. He just wanted what was what that would make. Howdy, Joe. Howdy. You see, Chris is there. He just wanted what was fair, what was right. Sometimes we say, but what is fair? We don't know what's fair because I say reasonable because sometimes you give people half of what you have and they're still looking, But what's reasonable? Let's use the word reasonable instead of being fair. Because sometimes what you think is fair for someone, it's not fair at all. So I like the word reasonable more. Um, but today I was just jotting down a few things. And just as we think about it, we think of Dr. King and think of him as a person who always reach out with an olive branch. He was always trying to make peace, and no matter what was done to him, he never gave up. He continued until his last day. Um, Not sending anyone out there to put their lives out there, but as you said, what have we, what are we doing? What are we doing not just for ourselves, but what are we doing for others? And as I said, when it came to education, he said the function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically, to think, not just to see something and just, think about it. Because intelligence plus character, that is the goal. of true education. Um, the ultimate measure of a man, again, he said, is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenges and controversy. Where do we stand when everything is good and we're, oh yes, we feel safe, we feel good, but that's not the ultimate measure of a man. When everything is cozy and comfortable, that's when you see them. But when things are falling apart, there is no one there, no voice, no support. So he says, when we measure people, measure them by how much they stand up and support, not when they cringe away and hide and then come out to share in the lessons that are achieved in the end. So, as I always say, ladies and gentlemen, whoever is listening tonight, wherever we are, whatever position we have, it's not that we couldn't achieve those things. But I want to remind us that if we're standing tall, just remember that we're standing on the shoulders of these people who were beaten, who went through a lot, so that we could stand today. Couldn't stand if it wasn't them. I work in a school where there are 5 of us in our group, and you don't know the difference because everybody looks out for everybody. It is such a we just I'm the oldest, as I always. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm the oldest, and I'm from the old school, so a lot of things I need that support. And believe me, as Martin Luther King has asked the questions, I can truly say, black or white, we don't know that. It's just everybody helping me. So some people are not as lucky, but as I said, let us not, you know, just remember that the days are coming when things, hopefully, we have come a long way. We're hoping that better is still yet to come. So I just wanted to speak tonight. Everyone feel, yes, you believe that all of us are equal, Terry. Every one of us. If I'm hungry, I need something to eat, just like anybody else. If you're thirsty, it's the same feeling. It's the same thing. You need water if you're thirsty, right? And so we're all equal. We're all equal. At the end of the day, because the pigmentation of my skin is a little darker, doesn't make a difference. We're all equal. And so, as he said, you know, um, whatever we do, let us be good one to another. Let us look out for each other. Let us love and respect one another. I like the word respect. Exactly, Val. We are all part of that human race. And I have to give you props, Valerie, not because you're here, but you know how I feel about you guys. And you especially would just, she's so tech savvy. But anything, if I call her, she's never saying no. She says, can I finish this? I'll come right up. She wouldn't even tell me to come downstairs. She'll come right up. And these are the reasons that, you say you work in some places and you feel so alone. You feel so, you don't feel like going back because of how people look at you, how people treat you. But I have to really safely say, thank God I have an awesome team of people to work with. And so, as Val said, we are all part of the human race. And that's what we should look at first and foremost. It's no difference, you know. You feel if we're cold, we can tell the difference. It's not, well, you're black, so if you're cold, you don't have feelings. We're all part of the human race. So we've come a long way, but we still see that there's a lot of work still left to be done. We still have people who are frustrated and who feel like things should go back to the old way when certain people didn't have rights to vote and all of that. But we need to just 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 do what we need to do and keep hope alive and keep moving forward, going onward and upward, and enjoy all the work hard so that our voices can be heard. So I say to my students often, I said, if you're sitting here, you don't want to do work, who's going to listen to you later? You know, you won't have a voice in anything. And so if you're sitting here, you are not preparing yourselves to be to be contributing to society in a way where you can say, wait a minute, I need to say something and people can stop and listen to you, then what are we doing? So I'm really encouraging them consistently, you know, pick themselves up, come on, work hard and let your work precede you so that people can listen to you. If you get a job, you want to make sure if you say something, people want to stop and listen to you. So with all that, I have a riddle for us. It says, what did the baby corn say to the mama corn? What did the baby corn say to the mama corn? Think about it and type in your answer if you're able to type something in. And it's just so to just lighten the air. Because sometimes we work hard today's Friday, we come home and sometimes we work hard and you look at the salary you make and you're like, ah. So now I want you to just feel like exhaling. And okay, Joe, bye. Take care. Thanks for stopping in, Pumpkin. You know, I want us to just exhale and just think of what the baby corn said to the mama corn. And the teacher who works with me in the classroom, she when during when we're online and we're doing the thing, sometimes she pops one of these in the chat and have the kids just to think, just to have them thinking. So I don't know if there are any questions. I so appreciate everyone who came out to listen to me talk. You know, I'm the long-winded talker. Um, but I really just today's program really put me in a place where I was crying at some point when I think of some things and our kids were just awesome. They did the video with the kids in and out with the speech and everything, and it was beautiful. You see our kids doing these positive things, and you have to be thankful. I don't know. Valerie, did you help with the writings? I don't know if you were part of it that helped them with the work that the writing that they did. But sixth grade, what is that Latin? Mommy, what? Oh, Latin Lamar. That's all right. Yeah, they did a great job, right? I said, whoa. I mean, and the last one, Valerie, is it? I think she's a seventh grader. When she was talking about why they have to fight, why they have to burn things down. And my sister, I was thinking of it right then, and I said, you know, my sister lives in New York, and when she went out that morning, she said she just stood in the street, and I don't want to lie on her. I don't know if she said she's cried or, but she said when she looked at how many places were burnt down, and it was such a mess. And so I say, when they march, can they just do it peacefully so that people can listen to what they have to say instead of people shuttering up things and hiding because somebody's building is going to burn? So Latoya, no pumpkin. Mm-mm, that's not what the little baby popcorn said. The little baby corn said. Anyone else wants to take a shot at it? What did the baby corn say to the mama corn? So it's just that We need our voices to be heard. We want to leave some legacies, and we want to make sure that, yeah, she was into it. And this is what I said. I am going to have my kids do the Still I Rise poem for Black History Month. So I'm going to have them start studying it. I'm going to see who wants to do it, and then just give them verses to practice so that they can do it for Black History Month celebration. But she was so convincing. I yeah, you'll have another moment, Val. She was so convincing. I loved it. I said, "Whoa, this is a seventh grader, so forceful." So yes, our children can do well. And I always believe in them because they're our future, and I am tough with them because I know they have it in them. And I know that society, in order for them to give back, we have to give them what they need to help them build those strong foundations. And so that's why I go hard with them. I cannot stand the excuses. I cannot stand the excuses because it doesn't matter what, there is a way out, and I need them to try hard. So I'm gonna give you the answer for this, because since nobody wants to take a shot at it. What did the baby corn say to Mama Corn? She says, "Where is popcorn?" I hope you get the joke. I hope you got it. Where is popcorn? You know, we popcorn, but pop is also father, father corn. Um, I'm gonna do one more. Why didn't the or all right, wait. Why was the baby strawberry crying? Why was the baby strawberry crying? Yes, Leaky baby, the little baby corn says, "Where is popcorn?" Where is popcorn? So, how was your day, Leaky baby? Hope it wasn't a stressful one. Did Lady V leave? Beverly Brown. Yes, love covers it all. All right, Beverly, thank you. Keep up the good work. I appreciate what you're doing. God bless you. Thank you, Miss Beverly. And Letty Lamore, thank you. And where is Roberta? I don't know if Roberta left. So thank you, Roberta, for always supporting. Where's Lady V? She left. Terry Ann, I know that you're here. Thank you so much. Straight out of Jamaica, always supporting. Thank you, Miss Valerie. I so appreciate you. Jody left. Where's King Gil? Where's is he still there? Latoya, thank you, thank you. You're so happy that you got the live tonight. So, why was the baby strawberry crying? Come on, guys, think. Baby strawberry. Why was the baby strawberry crying? Think of what I don't want to give it away. And one of the things I'm thinking of a little, maybe a little I don't know yet. Let me think about it first. I was a baby strawberry crying. Anyone? Come on, Leaky baby. Come on, Miss Val. No, so I need to give the answer away. All right. I have no clue, AJ. The parents. Ah! AG, you were still here? Yes. Because the parents turned into, they were in a jam, right? They turned strawberry jam. So when you're in a jam, yeah. Thank you, AG. Good job. All right. So, I really enjoy you're still here. Thank you. I so appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, Leaky Baby, because baby strawberry mom and dad was in a jam. So these are little things that we do to just give the kids a little minute to laugh out loudly. Because we know that times are different. But you know what? Even in these times, we know that if you look back at other people who went on ahead of us and who have left their stamp here, they left something behind that we are benefiting from today. If they were giving up when things got a little raunchy, a little too much, they would have nothing today. There would be no legacy. There would be nothing. So these are little things that we say to lift their spirits, but in the same token, we want to encourage them to understand that yes, things are different, but it doesn't mean that you give up. It doesn't mean that you throw in the towel. It means that things have changed, so let me do something to change with these things that have changed. Because you cannot curl up and just die. You have to keep on fighting. And you have to keep building so that when this passes, you are standing up tall. It doesn't make sense that you sit here and mope and then when all of this is over, there is nothing left for us. So, as Martin Luther King says, there's hope, we shall overcome. And if we stand tall, if we keep on fighting, we don't have to go out there in the streets, but we can encourage a child to stand tall. We can encourage a child to be positive, we can encourage them to be the best them they can be. And so we can fight the good fight wherever we are. We can do what we need to do by the things little seeds that we plant. And when it's time, they will blossom and bloom into great things. The oak that we see, as grand as it is, it started at a little acorn. And so, because of that, we're hopeful. We are not people who are living without hope. We have hope that one day soon, these two will pass and we shall truly overcome. So I thank you, my friends, for hanging out with me tonight. I truly, truly appreciate it. Um, anyone has anything, any questions, I appreciate all of you, every one of you in your own unique way. I appreciate you. And I wish for you all that's beautiful, all that's healthy, all that's good. And when times are not so great, I hope that you will have faith and remember the days when things were good. That's right, AG. He left we are climbing on their shoulders every day. Those of us who got to teach, who got to be, whatever we're able to do, so we're able to be out there, going where we want to go, doing what we want to do, we have to be thankful. Thank you, Val. See you on Tuesday. All being well. Thank you so much. And Val started her little channel. I forgot the name, Val. You want to drop the link? You know how to drop the link in there? But she has her channel. I forgot the name of it, Val. and she's building, and so we support one another in every way we can. A kind word, piece of candy, whatever it is, please just make sure that we reach out, because you never know that one time when you reach out to say, "How are you?" Vital Sounds ASMR. Guys, that's her link. Please write it down and just drop by and give her some love for me. Oh my God, she's such an awesome young lady. Please drop by her channel and give her some love. Vital Sounds ASMR. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Val, see you on Tuesday. All being well. Take care of yourself and enjoy the weekend. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you, AG. Be safe. And I don't need to tell you to like up the live because I see that. But if you didn't, and if you haven't subscribed, please do that. So good night, everyone. Walk good, walk in the name of the Lord, and indeed we shall overcome, Terry. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Latoya, for catching the live tonight. We'll talk later. Leaky baby, thank you. I know you're tired, but you're here. Appreciate it. Um, AG, as always. Thank you, AG. I so appreciate you for just talking with me, listening to me. Thank you so much. My son, I think he left. Jody left. But thank you. Thanks to everyone. Weedy, I don't know if you left. You probably left. And Lady V, thank you guys. So have a great one. I know Sabbath has started, Terry, and for us. Good night. And yes, thank you, Terry. Latoya, I'll talk to you in two shakes. Call me when you get off, Latoya. Um, have a great weekend, everyone. And it can't be good. Be careful, but walk good in the name of the Lord. Thank you. Good night.